Hi, Mitchell Levy, global credibility expert. And this truly is one of the funnest parts of my day. And that's interviewing an expert, talking to someone about their values, who they are, how they show up in the world, particularly super cool people like Liam Austin. Liam, how are you? Nice. So glad to have you here.
Mitchell, yeah, I'm excited to be on this show of yours, and yeah, sharing some of the insights, some of my lessons and values with all your listeners.
Okay. Well, let's figure this out. So first, let's start with who are you?
Wow, how deep do we want to go with this one? But I'm an Australian. Grew up in Sydney, Australia. However, I'm right now in Sweden. My partner is Swedish. However, we live together in Malta. So I'm an international traveler, I suppose, to summarize that. I used to maybe put myself in the digital nomad space, but now I've grown up a little bit from that space, although I still love traveling and working from anywhere. We've built this online business where we're creating virtual events to have an impact on the world, build our authority, generate leads to help sell more of our courses and programs. And the similar thing that we do for our clients is the same thing. We help them build their virtual events to grow their authority, their expertise, their leads, to ultimately sell more of their courses and programs. And we've been doing this since 2015. We started the business, Sarah and I, together in Sydney, Australia. But she was studying at university. She was studying psychology. I had been a professional soccer player in Australia. But now I'm definitely not playing any more soccer. My legs have kind of had enough, so I'm getting older. But I love surfing, burritos, and I still love watching soccer. But now it's from the couch versus being on the field.
Now, are you only using the word soccer because you're talking to an American? Isn't it a football player?
Yeah, you're spot on.
Okay. Okay, I got it. So you were just doing the interpretation for me.
Most of our clients, most of our partners, most of our business is done in the US market or Canada, that kind of part of the world. Although being that we're based out of Europe or Australia, we've still got lots of clients there, but predominantly we're helping the US market.
So you said something really fascinating. I like the construct of a digital nomad, but then you sort of said, "Hey, that's no longer me." Tell me about that.
Uh, Interesting. So digital nomad, I think, has different connotations for different people. And I think that they're not always taken so seriously in their business or their growth of their business. And maybe they are just starting out. Most of them are just starting out or on that dream adventure to just make enough money to support their travel and their lifestyle. And yeah, we've certainly grown out of that now. We've got a team of people who we're supporting that are from all around the world now, which is fantastic. So we've really built a more of a solid business that still provides us all the opportunities that the digital nomad has, like being able to travel, work from anywhere, the whole like working from a laptop on the beach. Yes, we can do it, but is it that much fun? No, I'd rather do my work in the office and then just relax on the beach. So I think that's really the approach now, just making sure that we've got our freedom in terms of our location independence, being able to travel and work from anywhere, the financial freedom, the time freedom that this business allows. Because yeah, our family is spread across the world. Half of them are in Stockholm in Sweden, the other half are in Sydney, Australia, and so 24 hours apart by plane. And hopefully, they're building faster planes, so it won't be such a travel in maybe a few years or a few decades from now. But we like time independence, time freedom is really important for us, and so we've created this online business that's automated, that's creating this predictability in our lives. So we've got this consistent flow of traffic leads coming into the business. They're getting the experience or the journey of what it's like to work with us. They're ultimately deciding, hey, yeah, these are people that I'd like to work with more, and they're becoming a client. And all of that we're building up through our systems, via our team, and via our technology and software as well. So just looking at like the way that we've built this out now, I think we're still on the journey, but we're in a place where we're happy.
So do you have a physical office that you rent?
Pre-COVID, yes.
Wow.
Post-COVID and during COVID, we decided to move and shift the money that we're spending renting office in a co-working space into just our apartment at home. And now in Malta, if Mitchell, you decide to visit us, or anyone listening, do reach out. But we're just like on the waterfront. Our desks are literally at the windows on the waterfront, so we're seeing
Oh, I'm
people,
intrigued.
yeah, walking past, and or jogging, doing their exercises, or out for lunch and drinks, and or swimming in the water, because the temperature in Malta where we live can get quite warm. Like right now the water's around 27, 28 degrees Celsius. You're gonna have to translate that into Fahrenheit for me, but it's warm. And yeah, we've moved from being in that, I suppose, inspirational co-working environment to being at home. And that shift was quite a difficult one, one that we delayed from 2015 when Sarah and I started the business right through to 2020. So really, like, what's that, 4 years, almost 5 years? Because Sarah and I, right, we're partners in the business, but we're partners in life, and we wanted to kind of have that separation of work and personal life, and having that physical separation of, okay, the office is in this location, this is where we talk about business, and this is our home, this is where the personal side of things are. And we had to change things up because the co-working spaces closed during COVID where we lived, and we just really haven't gone back, because we found a really nice environment where we can work. And we, after 5 years of working together, we'd already created some good systems in place to make sure that we had that separation of the business and personal. And now, yeah, she's sitting across the desk from me now, doing her work, whatever she's working on, because we've got those clear boundaries.
Oh, I love that. That's interesting. Yeah, it was fun to listen to your definition of digital nomad. Everyone has different definitions of that. And it's the way we were, when you started your business, and certainly prior to that, the construct of having you're a real company if you have a physical location, right, is so antiquated, although not for everybody. It's so integrated for so many people. There is no reason why you need to have that physical location. What I love, though, I'm going to go down a different direction. I'm going to go down the direction of working with your partner. I find it really cool to be able to have a partner that shares more, like, all aspects of your life. And so tell me about that. How does that work? Like, when is it like work stuff and play stuff and like people stuff and family stuff? Talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough. It's not always easy, right? But I think we had a really strong mission together, and that was to create a lifestyle where we could spend as much time as we wanted with our families, whether it was in Sweden or Australia. And to make that happen, we needed this business to work, and we needed us both to be in this business so we could, travel whenever we wanted. If one was working a 9 to 5 in a specific location, and the other person could travel, well, that wasn't going to work. So we knew that both of us need to be in this business and generating this online income. And so how have we kind of dealt with it? Well, we were just both like on one track, one goal, one mission, one result that we wanted. And this was like generate enough income online so we can live wherever we want. and both of us generating that income. So we were successful with the first event that we ran online. We made $50,000 from that first event. We sold 500 tickets at $97 essentially. And from there, we just started doing that over and over again, knowing that, okay, we ran this first event. Let's now, process what we did. Let's systemize it. Let's create the checklist, the SOPs, and do it again and again. Let's see if we can create this repeatable money generating machine. How can we create this predictability in our life? And we started, these events, running them. And there was different events. There were summits, there were workshops, all held virtually online, so that we could impact anyone in the world. And that was a big driver, I think, of why we chose to go down the virtual event route, because we realized, like, well, we're in Sweden, we're in Australia. Why shouldn't we be helping people in Asia and Europe, let alone America, South America? There were so many people that we wanted to help around the world, and information, messages, teachings that we wanted to share out there. So we had this, track, this mindset that we were both traveling down this road together, and we're both super motivated because we wanted to make this happen. We wanted to make this work. Otherwise, potentially, right, we may have broken up. We may have lost the love of our life, right? So building, I think, number one, just making sure you're both on the same track. You've got similar goals. You're both, let's go all in on this, or talk through any of the things that may be kind of like hurdles along the way, and seeing how you can negotiate so that you're both happy. And then just single focused, really on that goal, and working together to make it happen.
That's interesting. What's coming to mind as I'm listening to is I'm going to ask a two-part question, and you could decide where to go. I was kind of thinking about, what are the top shared values that the two of you have? Maybe the top two or three, and then what's a value that you guys don't share, but have figured out how to work with together?
Yeah, great. Okay, so first of all, I think family was our top shared value. This is the whole motivator. We wanted to be close to our family, friends. I think as well, those shared values there of how important just people are in our life. So those would be the two values. Making sure that, I think, like, having an impact on the world, doing good in the world was a big value for us together, in terms of choosing the type of path we wanted to go down, the type of business, right, running these types of virtual events. So those would be, I think, those common values that we wanted to be close to our family, friends really important for us, and having that impact and doing that good in the world. It's just amazing getting all the feedback as you provide access to events, knowledge, skills that people don't really naturally get access to because they live in other parts of the world. It does make you feel really good. It's the most motivating part of, I think, our business. And then things that we don't share values on. I think like Sarah's from the mountains of Sweden, so she used to ski to school, and so she loves her skiing. I love my surfing and my water, right? So we grew up in two different areas. How do we manage both these passions for each other? We basically created a business, right? So that we could spend time skiing, that we could spend time surfing, and we could be doing it from 1 week to the next if we wanted, because of this business and lifestyle that we've created. So there's probably more there, but that's probably the top key values that come to mind.
By the way, thank you for that. That's a great answer. It got me thinking about my wife and I. I think I'm more. I think we're the same. Normally it's opposite, but yeah, I go a little bit more towards the hot climates, and she goes towards the colder
Mm.
climates, and and for different reasons. Actually, I'm going to say for us, it's allergies. On the colder climates, particularly if we rent a house in Europe for a month, it's the mold that typically goes with the rainy and colder climates that affects me in a negative way. In the hot climates, it's the pollen that affects her, right? So it's kind of, but it's a very interesting. It's, by the way, a very safe value difference to choose. So thank you for sharing. Hey, so your entrepreneur's headquarters. How many businesses are part of that? It's a pretty big number.
Yeah, so essentially, Entrepreneurs HQ is the umbrella brand for the events that we run. And a lot of our events that we've run since 2015 are now running on demand. So it's kind of like Netflix, right? You can get access to our training, our coaching, our programs, our events, workshops, seminars, boot camps, challenges, all online, accessible, at any time, instant access. So these are all programs created by Sarah, myself, and our team here at Entrepreneurs HQ. We're not a large organization. There's probably like 8 of us, I think, on the team at the moment. And then we're helping other businesses who are independent businesses to scale their business with this system. So they're creating events. They're getting thousands of people to
Well,
their events.
I'm going to interrupt for a second. What's the
Mhm.
250,000 number that I read?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we do have a community, and if we want to go back in history a little bit. 2008, I started a group on LinkedIn called the Small Business Network, and that organically grew into the largest group on LinkedIn for small business owners. So yeah, there's over 250,000 small business owners as part of that network, part of that community now.
Oh, so that's a LinkedIn community.
That's right. That's right. And
Got it.
we've moved a lot of those over the years, right? So in 2015, been running that LinkedIn group for 7-8 years by that point, and LinkedIn, they're focusing on recruitment, on hiring. There wasn't a lot of focusing on the group or marketing, and the social network, I suppose, a part of the business. And still today, like, I'm frustrated with our abilities to moderate this group and give them value. So we've been moving those business owners across to our email list, over across to Entrepreneurs HQ, where they're getting access to. We've got 400 speakers that have come in and shared their experience, their knowledge, provided some kind of teaching or course inside our paid community. So that's been a big influence in why we started the business. Was this LinkedIn group? There was 90,000 people on it back in 2015 when we started the business, and that resource of people just asking them, like, well, what do you want? What do you need? How can we support you? How can we provide value for you? That's really led to us creating our very first event and all the events that have followed, including the growing community that have been joining us inside our email list at Entrepreneurs HQ.
Isn't that interesting? You actually asked your prospects what they wanted and delivered. Isn't that simple?
Yeah, it's the most simplest thing in the world to do, and it works. So guys, if you do have a community that you can reach out to, like hint, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or wherever you're hanging out, like, ask them what they need, what they want, what they're struggling with, any challenges, roadblocks, hurdles, and yeah, go and provide a solution for them.
Nice. Kind of simple. Simple is not always easy, by the way.
Yeah, I think having a direction and knowing that there's a need makes it easier. But yeah, sometimes, like, the actual implementation, making it happen, uh, if you're especially if you're doing it for the first time, sometimes you want some guidance and some help.
Well, I'm going to say, I'm going to, so the answer is yes. And what often happens is we have all these marketing cookie cutter approaches. So people ask a question and then the interpretation of the answer is, hey, I need to sell you something, as opposed to I need to deliver value to you. Huh. How do we get over that? How do we teach others the importance of being a servant leader first? The money will follow as you're serving and providing value. Is that how do we talk about that?
Yeah. So when we're working with a new client, typically we're looking at the foundation of their business, looking at their marketing, their systems, their sales, their fulfillment, and one of the systems really that we have them complete is what I call valuing the breakthroughs. So what are the breakthroughs that you're providing to your ideal clients? Overcoming XYZ challenges, getting ABC results. These are all breakthroughs that we're providing to our clients, these results. Well, how do our clients value these breakthroughs? Some are valued, maybe A is valued more than B breakthrough, or X is valued more than Y breakthrough. So we're looking at the values of those breakthroughs, and then different prospects, right? We've got our ideal clients, and then we've got our not so ideal clients. Our not so ideal clients don't value it as much as our ideal clients, right? So I think going through and valuing those breakthroughs are really vital, and there's some steps to doing this, but it's something that can be completed in a few hours of brainstorming plus research and letting it settle a little bit, because we want to value the breakthrough, not just like, all right, well, how much is this breakthrough worth for you right now? Well, how much is it worth for you in 12 months time? What kind of difference, impact is it going to have in your life after having this for 12 months? Or over the next 10 years or 20 years? Like, how long are you going to benefit from this breakthrough? Maybe this new system to take care of your partner is going to support you, not just this problem or issue you're going through right now, but every time this issue comes up over the next 10, 20 years, it could save you a divorce, right? So how much is that breakthrough worth to you right now, 10 years time, 20 years time? And, divorces can be costly.
So how do we get from breakthrough in business to divorce?
Well, I think I like to give that example because a lot of our clients maybe support business to consumer. They're not all business to business. They might be in the health space, mental health particularly. We've got some clients there now. And I think it's important to know the value of these breakthroughs that we're providing, because just having a stress-free home life can be invaluable, but we do want to put some kind of value to it. So we know that, okay, we're valuing this breakthrough. We know how much someone values this and the different types of people, how they value that differently. All right, well, let's go for these people who value it at 100x versus this person who just values it at 2x, because we can charge them more, but we're also making a bigger impact. We're getting bigger success stories, and we're making a greater impact in the world, which is ultimately, I think, why all of us are here.
Still miss the divorce thing. Where did that come in?
It's really, I think, just the partnership of things. Like if we're looking at a divorce, and you could save a divorce, like, well, how much is that breakthrough worth, right? Like the divorce can be half your net worth. If your net worth is $1 million, let's put it just a round number on it, and you have to give half that away, that's $500K. So that's how much that breakthrough is worth to you.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So it was understanding the definition of the word breakthrough. So when you're working with, who's typically your client you're working with? What type of business?
Typically, they're coaches, authors, speakers.
Okay, so you're talking about in breakthrough, you're talking about both business and life.
A lot of the time, we are helping our clients with their business, but also creating their businesses which may be targeting consumers. So if we're helping them to value the breakthroughs in their business that they're providing to their clients, which are consumers, which maybe there's a relationship coach that we're supporting with their business. Well, how do you know what to charge? Oh, I'm happy to charge,
Oh, I see
$50
it.
an hour. Well, you've just made this person who's got $1 million net worth. If you're saving him from divorce, if you're a divorce coach or like a relationship coach, or I don't know, however you wanted to position it, you could be charging potentially a lot more than your $50 an hour. So it's about just making sure that we're identifying the right people, we can make the biggest impact in the world, and we're pricing our programs and offers right.
Got it. I see it. Yeah, you were using an example. I just wasn't tracking. Um, Fascinating. Okay. That's really interesting. Liam, is there a question I should have asked you that I didn't?
There's probably a few here. I know, because obviously we've got limited time. There's been some great questions so far. I think just in terms of a question maybe I'd ask is like, all right, well, you've got this like lifestyle, you've got this automated business, like sounds like something that I'd love to create for myself. But how do I get started? And I think
we'll do that at the end. Like, how do people reach out to you? I
Oh,
got that.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
So we'll ask you at the end how people can reach out to you and get started.
I'll take a different track with that, which is really like I think it's just like making sure that you're being seen as that go-to expert. You're teaching your expertise, sharing your knowledge and skills out there in the world. Teach it once, and then have it recorded, repackage it into a digital product. So maybe it's in the form of an online course. So we've got it out there. We can sell it every single day. We've now got a passive source of income, like a highly scalable product. We don't need to show up all the time, right? Because we've already recorded it. And there might be some bonuses and everything as part of that, some checklist, template, scripts, or whatever. But this automated course, it doesn't take much fulfillment for us to deliver. So create that event, teach that skill, your message out there into the world once, record it, repackage it, and package it as an irresistible offer that is accessible on demand for people. Typically, that's a low ticket offer. It's automated, it's passive income. We just need to drive traffic to it, and then those sales will come as long as we've got the ideal client. And then the next stage is like that high ticket offer. This is where we're going to really increase our profit margins, increase our revenue in our business, is by having that 5, 6, 10, 15K offer. And it might be a one-on-one coaching, one-on-one consulting, a done-for-you service, something along those lines. Now, those ones I've just mentioned aren't typically scalable. So we want to look at a more of a scalable model, like moving towards group coaching, for example. So we're building this scalable business where we can help 2, 4, 10, 20, 40, 80 clients without it breaking a sweat, right? It shouldn't take us a lot more effort to be helping more people if we've built our products and programs right in an automated way. And then, yes, it doesn't happen overnight. It does take some time. It may be, it's taken us 7 years and we're still not quite completely out of the business yet, but we do have a team that's fulfilling a lot of this for us. And that's essentially the next step, right? You're doing this all yourself. You're creating these automated systems for yourself, these digital products and programs. So you've got the systems, the software out there. Now you've got just the team you need to hire to go out there and manage it, make sure that everything is running smoothly. So you can have this automated business and you can go and, relax on the beach versus working on your laptop on the beach, like the digital nomad. So kind of going full circle with all of that.
All right. So summarizing, establish your expertise, make sure people know your expertise, build a product that works. When you've built that product, record it, then resell it and upsell into whatever your higher price ticket items are.
That's it.
Very interesting. Hey, listen, if you're listening to this or watching this and you're like, oh, this is interesting to me, I want to reach out to Liam. Liam, what is the best way for people to reach out to you?
Yeah, great. So, yeah, establishing that expertise, I think, works really well with just a quick workshop, something we've done in 90 minutes, teaching just one simple quick win. We've got a checklist on how to create one of these workshops in just 90 minutes. So that's our quick workshop win. So you just go to quickworkshopwin.com to download that free resource. If you've got any questions about any of this, you can just email me, liam@entrepreneurshq.com, or check out our LinkedIn community. Just type in Entrepreneurs HQ or go to entrepreneurshq.com, and there's plenty of resources on there talking about, how to build your authority, how to generate more leads, and how to get more clients so you can build this predictable income machine for yourself.
Awesome. Liam, thank you. Thanks so much for coming here and sharing you. I appreciate it.
Mitchell, no, this has been fun. Thanks for having me on.
Are you welcome? Hey, listen, this is now your opportunity. If you're still here, it's time to spread some cred dust. So click on the like button, share with your friends, write a comment of the item that was most appealing to you, your biggest aha moment, and we'll see you at the next episode of Leaders Living Their Values. Thanks so much. Take care.